I do just want to quickly say that I just put out registrations for my summer retreat. That's in July. Um, and so you guys can check that out. I put the link in the description, and you'll find all of the details there. For this retreat, I'm including 10 projects plus a freebie item, plus all of the goodie bag and all of that stuff. Hi, Cindy. Pat, yeah, you can go online and register, please. Otherwise, I will forget. Okay, so it looks like the seed might be working. So I'm going to attempt to continue doing it and not jump off, because that's, not my preference. So it's good for Pat and Stephanie right now. So hopefully that stays as is. If I don't know, I can't get it to just be clean. Okay, so that's all the talking I'm going to do tonight, because I feel like I've just spewed a bunch of stuff. So I'm going to change the view for us here. So tonight we're going to use the Flowers of Friendship stamp set. Now this actually is a brand new product from the new catalog that's coming out next weekend. It's the new annual catalog, and I don't normally like to show projects this early and do new product demonstrations this early, but I feel like I've really exhausted all of the product that I've already used from the mini catalog and the other annual catalog. So I thought, why not come in and give you a sneak peek of just some of the amazing product that's in the annual catalog. So this just arrived to my doorstep an hour ago. It actually arrived at someone else's doorstep, and then we had to go pick it up. So thankfully, she was kind enough to give me a call, and it turns out that she had my package and I had her package, because we had a package that didn't belong to us. So our addresses got mixed up. But thankfully, I got my box of Stampin' Up supplies, and this arrived. So I do have a couple of cards I want to make for you tonight. This would make a good class, wouldn't it? Okay, so tonight we're actually not going to use the punch. That's going to be saved for another night. So I'm going to just put that over there for a second. But we will be using the stamp set, and I'm actually going to pair it a little bit with the penned flowers dies. These are a new set of dies. It goes with the new hand penned stamp sets. I shared a sample on my Facebook page a few days ago. You may have seen that. So we're going to use these. And to be honest, I only have one card designed for you guys tonight, but you guys can let me know. I'm torn between two colors, so we could do one of two things. I could do one card and call it a day, or, I could do two cards, same design, two different colors. So you guys tell me. I'm telling you, these cards are just super cute and pretty. I am very excited. So if you want to stick around, and I can do both cards, one in each color. So with that, I will bring in this gorgeous sampler here. It is the hand-penned 12 by 12 DSP sampler. Now, this is brand new. Okay, you guys all want two different colors. Perfect. This is brand new paper from the annual catalog. This is stunning paper. I'm not sure if you can have a good picture there. Maybe I'll show you a little bit closer. But we're going to be using this paper with it. So I'll do two different colors. So let's start with the first color, which will be Highland Heather. Now I do have a couple of pieces pre-cut, but I will do additional cutting with you here. And so we're going to do a Whisper White card base. We're going to need to cut down our Highland Heather, and I'm bringing in that gorgeous piece of Designer Series paper. This is the hand pens, and it is double-sided. So, I mean, look at this one. It's so pretty. But we're actually going to use this side tonight, because we're going to make sort of a monochromatic card. And then I have a pre-cut Stitch So Sweetly scalloped rectangle. These are coming into the new catalog. They're staying. I'm so excited. One of my favorite die sets. Hi, Nancy. Okay, so let me clear my space just a little bit here. And we're going to cut down our cardstock. So I already have the basic white card base pre-cut. This is cut at the, it's 11 by 4 1/4. And we're just going to cut that in half, but fold it in half rather. But before we do that, we're going to cut a piece of Highland Heather down to 5 1/2 and 4 1/4. So that is going to go over top of our card base. And we're going to do a little bit of die cutting with that, and you'll see that in just a second. But let's get this out of the way first. All right, so that's the only piece of Highland Heather cardstock that we need. And so we're going to go ahead and just fold our card base in half. Okay, and actually I'm going to bring my paper trimmer back over because I do need to cut just a strip of this gorgeous paper here. So this piece is going to be 1 inch by 4 1/4 inch. So I'm just going to cut down that 1 inch by 4 1/4. And we'll just set those aside. Okay, so we're gonna put this piece of Designer Series paper on our card front, just down below, right at the bottom. And we're just going to adhere that with our Stampin' Seal. And where is my Stampin' Seal? No, I should have some right behind me. There we go. Always have backups, right? So I'm just going, this is a brand new one, so I just need to feed it through a little bit. So we're just going to put this on the bottom. Now I like to turn this around and do it from the top. It's just easier for me to do it that way. I can sort of get it more lined up. And we're just going to put that on just like that. So you're just going to have that little DSP right at the bottom there. Okay. And I'm going to move these out of the way. But with the hand pen dies, we're going to use this gorgeous, this really pretty scalloped. It's again, we got that stitch scallop. I love stitched edging on die cuts. So I am going to just move that out of the way and bring in my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. And we're gonna take that piece of Highland Heather cardstock and we're actually gonna cut about 1 inch off from the bottom. So we'll probably just under 1 inch. So I'm gonna make sure that is as straight as possible. I am using my magnetic sheet, so you gotta sort of make sure that it's in line because it can move just like it is now. Oh my goodness. And I just want to make sure that it's straight, so. Oh my goodness, I didn't have this much trouble when I was making this design. I think it's because my cutting plate is actually not completely straight. There we go. I think that is good. I got a little bow in it. I think that's preventing it from sitting properly. So I'm going to carefully put this on and hopefully that remains straight. And I'm just going to cut this just like that. And I'm going to move that over. And you end up with that beautiful scalloped edge, and you can see that really nice stitched edging here. Hi Donna, sunny afternoon. Oh, you're lucky. It has been snowing here all day in Hamilton. All right, so it did come off center a little bit, but that's okay. So we're going to take this layer and it's going to go right on our card front, just like that. Let me just zoom in a little bit here, give you a better view. And I'm just going to use some Stampin' Seal for that. Now, you can adhere this with dimensionals, but I'm actually adding 2 other layers with dimensionals. So I want it to fit in regular mail, so I'm going to just adhere this right on with my seal. So I just need to make sure that this lines up edge to edge to edge. There we go. And then we sort of just created that little base. So you can see that my die just moved ever so slightly. You know, it's okay. People are not going to be paying attention to that because of what we're going to be doing to the rest of the card. I know, right? Isn't that scalloped? Oh, it's just such a pretty die. And it matches perfectly with those Stitch So Sweetly dies, right? Because you got that scallop, you got that. It's just really pretty. All right, so I am going to do some stamping, and we're just going to use a couple of stamps from this set. We're going to use this beautiful one right here, and then we're going to use this little card, Big Thanks sentiment, which I love. So I already have these on my block. So I'm just going to go ahead and ink that up. I'm just using my Memento. And I probably should have grabbed my grid paper, but that's okay. I have a scrap piece of paper right here. And so I'm just going to stamp that image sort of right in the center there. So end up with something like that. Okay. And then we're going to color this in. Now, there are no stamps that will color it in for you, so I'm actually going to bring out my Stampin' Blends. So I have my Highland Heather blends that I'm going to use for the flowers, and then I'm going to use the Mint Macaron blends for these little leaves. So we'll start with the Highland Heather, and I like to use the brush tip. So I'm going to come in with the light first, and I'm just going to I'm using a very light hand here. And I'm just going to quickly color in this image. Okay, and then I am going to come in with a little bit of shading with the dark. And I'm just going to sort of follow those lines that are already stamped as part of the image. And then I'm going to come back in with the light, and I'm just doing like little circular motions. It's just to blend that out. Okay. And I'll show you what that looks like. Isn't that really pretty? So I'm going to do the same with the other flowers. And I'll just do those together. So coming in with the light, and then just adding that little bit of shading with the dark. And I'm not really being too careful about it. I'm just going in with a very light hand and just adding that shading there. Okay, how pretty does that look? Oh my goodness. I will give you a close-up of that so you can see a little bit better. Is that not so pretty? And then I'm going to do that same coloring technique with the Mint Macaron blends. These just arrived today. I don't know how I didn't have the Mint Macaron blends in my collection yet. But as I was going through the new catalog and marking off what the colors that I had and didn't have, I was very surprised to notice that I actually didn't have the Mint Macaron ones, so I had to add them to my order. Okay, and I'm going to go in just sort of in the center, again following those lines, and just adding a little bit of shading into those leaves, and coming back in with that light. Oh, this is so pretty. It's so simple, but so pretty. So let me just give you a close-up of that. There you go. And we are going to put those on Stampin' Dimensionals. And these are going to be adhered right to our card. And now, so if you are just joining me, welcome. If this is your first time here, my name is Lisa Hardy. I am the maker behind Sweet Paper Studios. I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Canada. There you go. Is that not so pretty? Oh my gosh. And we're not even done yet. It just looks so sweet already. Okay. So I have a pre-cut scallop circle here. This is from the layering circle dies, which will carry over to the new catalog. Thank goodness, because we have lost all of our circle punches. And I have a scrap piece of basic white here, and I'm going to stamp our sentiment. That's the little card, big thanks. And we are going to, oh, you know what? I got a little bit of the edge there. Actually, I'm not happy with that one either. I'm going to turn it over. I think I need to refill my black. There we go. And then I'm going to cut this sentiment out. Just look at that. I love the mixed fonts. I love that hand lettered font. And we're going to cut that out with another layering circle die. So this is just a plain circle, and then we'll have the scallop circle go behind. So I'm just going to cut this out off the camera, just real quick, because it will be a bit shaky, and I want to try to avoid that. So I'm just going to go through real quick. I just got the mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, but I haven't pulled it out yet, so I'll have that for next week. Okay, so I'm going to adhere this cutout right on top of that Highland Heather. And actually, here's where you can play around with the colors a little bit, because you do have that mint macaron in there, so you can use the Highland Heather and have it go on your card just like that. Or I did pre-cut a mint macaron, and we can use that too. Oh, they both look good. I think though I am going to stick with the Highland Heather. Yeah, Mary Ellen, the mini is your go-to. Yeah, I plan to do a video on it too. Okay, there we go. And you just got that little peak, that scalloped edge right around. It just adds a little something. So this is going to go on dimensionals as well. But we're going to have it hang off some of this larger scallop piece. So we're actually going to add 2 dimensionals on the back of this, one here, and then we're going to double up on dimensionals on the one side, because this is already raised. So we need to make sure that we make sure that has some good support. Essentially, it's up 2 levels instead of just the one. So we need to add that support. So doubling up on those dimensionals. And so we're just going to put that right there. Oh, it's looking super cute already. So I'll just give you a close-up of that, what it looks like. Okay. And then we need to embellish this card a little bit, right? So I don't have any Highland Heather ribbon. Actually, I do, but it's going to be a little too big, maybe. But I have the new Fresh Freesia in color ribbon, and this is just gorgeous. And I'll see if I could just, there you go, look at that. It's sheer on in the middle and then solid on the back, and it's just so pretty. So I'm actually going to use this because I think it really complements the Highland Heather quite well. So I'm going to just make a little bow and play around with that. It always starts big, and then you sort of just pull and adjust. And I think that's good. So I'm going to trim this down. And this ribbon is available in all of the new in colors. So you're going to want to add that to your wish list, because this ribbon is just so gorgeous. Okay, and so we're going to put that ribbon, that bow, just at the side there, and we are going to adhere that with a mini glue dot. And so I'm just going to put that right on the back. I've sort of folded the glue dot in half with my pick tool, and I'm going to put that right there. Now I am going to trim this side just a little bit. There we go, to even that out. And actually, yeah, that looks good. And that we still need a little something to this as well. There are in color embellishments, which are these guys here. They are beautiful, but to me, it's too shiny, well, too iridescent, I think, of an embellishment for this card specifically. So I'm actually going to pull out those good old rhinestones. You can't go wrong with rhinestones. I mean, you guys know I use these all the time. But I think the rhinestones are a better choice just because they add that nice soft touch to this card. So I think I'm going to just add one right there. So we're just going to add 3, and then that really concludes our Highland Heather card. What do you guys think of that? So pretty. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh, I just love it. Thanks, Donna and Carol. Hi, Carol. All right, so let me just clean up my area just a little bit. Thanks, Janice. Okay, just gonna move some of this stuff out of the way so we can move on to our other color. Thanks, Deb. And let me see. All right, thank you guys so much for those hearts. Thanks, Rebecca. Okay. So we'll move on to our other color, and the other color is not a color that I actually use very often, so I'm actually curious to see how this will turn out, and I think it's going to be pretty anyways, but, but we'll see. So I'm just going to move that off to the side and take out this other color, and that is, thanks Carol and Sue. So the other color is Daffodil Delight. Again, not something that I use very often, but this paper just happens to coordinate with Daffodil Delight. So here's the one side, really nice. And then you've got this nice muted pattern on the back. So we're going to use this one. And so we will need to do a little bit of trimming. So we are going to use, you know, that same pattern, but with the Daffodil Delight, which I'm kind of excited to see. So I'm just gonna, again, trim down this DSP to 1 inch by 4 1/4 inch. And I will have these measurements up on my blog, so sweetpaperstudios.com. So if you don't already subscribe to my newsletter, you can head over there after this video and subscribe and follow my my blog. Now I am behind on getting stuff on there, but they are coming. All right, so I'm going to cut this piece of Daffodil Delight down to 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And we can move these out of the way. Now I am going to cut this beautiful scalloped stitch die off camera. You know what? I don't think this should be 4 1/4. Put that down one more time. Actually, I have 2 pieces. All right, so I'm gonna just trim this off camera, just so I can get it straight and not shake the table. And okay, so that looks good. I think that looks good. All right. So here is my beautiful stitched edge, scalloped edge. It's just so pretty. And I've actually used this die set almost in its entirety for some cards from the hand pen suite. And I will have a online class available that will be released next weekend. I am partnering with Anastasia at the Stampin' Blondie to offer a class both in Canada and the US. So you can look out for details on that as well. All right, so I am taking that piece, that strip, and again, I am going to adhere to the bottom, but I'm just turning it upside down because it is easier for me to adhere up here. Now, if you are a member of my card club, we will be using this stamp set and punch in the May card club. I am just working to finish up designs, so look out for that. And if you are not a member of my card club, why? You can, it's a monthly subscription, and it features a different stamp set each month. I send you all of the pre-cut cardstock, die cuts, stamped, or not stamped images, punched images, all of the embellishments to your door every month, and I provide a PDF project tutorials. We have an exclusive Facebook group. It includes $30 of Stampin' Up products, and it is just so fun. So I put the link in the description. So if you want in on that, you're going to want to check it out. I do have a pickup option if you're local to Hamilton. All right, so there is the Daffodil Delight. I still got that slightly off center. I didn't have this issue when I was making the cards before my video. That's okay though. All right, so I do have my scalloped rectangle. And I know a few of you that are watching tonight are part of my card club, and I really appreciate that. And I know they really enjoy it too. Yes, Janice. All right, so I'm gonna take out that big floral stamp set again. Yes, pink package. You get a bright pink package every month, and I ship anywhere in Canada, so I think it's a really good value, a way to build up your products each month. It usually includes a full pack of paper and a couple of embellishments. It's just really fun. Okay, so stamped our image with Memento ink, and I'm gonna move that out of the way. And I do have the Daffodil Delight blends, and I'm still gonna stick with that Mint Macaron blends as well. One thing I will say about Card Club is that you can join just 1 month, but subscribers do save $6 a month on that. So it's definitely worth checking out, and you can cancel at any time. There's no obligation. So, you know, you can click that link in the description and just read all about it. All of the details are there. And in August, I'll be starting my Christmas projects, which were really popular last year. All right, so I'm gonna come back in a second time with this Highland Heather, sorry, not Highland Heather, Daffodil Delight, but I'm not gonna blend it out because I want to get that extra shading in there. You could see that is a little bit extra shading in the center because it kind of blends, I think, out, now that I'm looking at it, with this light color a little bit too much. So I'm going back in after blending it out. And the reason why I'm still blending it out that first time is just to make sure I don't have any harsh lines or anything like that. All right. I think this Daffodil Delight is gonna look really pretty as well. Yeah, that's so pretty. This is such a nice flower. All right, so I'm gonna go back in with the Mint Macaron. I'm going to do this real quick. gonna come in and blend that out just a little bit. There we go. Super pretty. And I'll just give you a close-up of that. There you go. Okay. And so we're gonna pop those on some Stampin' Dimensionals and put that on our card. Oh yeah, I think I'm liking this. I'm liking the Daffodil Delight. So I'm gonna make sure that's centered. And then I already have a pre-cut scallop circle in Daffodil Delight. I do have to re-stamp the sentiment, so I'll get my scrap piece of paper. And I'm gonna stick with the same sentiment, the little card, big thanks, which I think is just a super sweet little sentiment. And again, I'm gonna cut this off camera, just off to the side. Again, just a little bit easier, a little less shaky, and it's really quick. All right, so there we go. Now I do have a spare mint macaron, so I'm gonna see how it looks with the mint macaron. Ooh, I like that too. What do you guys think? Here is, let me sort of get it on the center. You guys get the idea though. Here is what it looks like with the mint macaron scallops circle, or we can stick to the Daffodil Delight. Let's take a little poll here. I think it really works either way. I think maybe I'm partial to Daffodil Delight, but what do you guys think? Yes, it is very cheerful, isn't it? All right, I think, you know, Rebecca is a fan of mint macaron. It does help it pop a little bit. Mary thinks mint too, okay. Donna is Daffodil Delight. Laura is mint as well. Okay, so I think that's becoming the winner here. Sue's Daffodil, Mary Ellen. Okay, so we have a tie. Let me see. You know what? I think I'm going to go with, I think it works either or. Who knew this was such a big decision? Not really, but yeah, Janice, I think you're right. It does look good with both, but it does pop a little bit more with that mint. So I'm going to actually go ahead and go with mint macaron. Thank you guys. And I'm going to just pop that on there. And again, that's going to be popped up on Stampin' Dimensionals too. I'm just going to make sure that I got the right side. And again, I'm going to double up on the one side. Just one dimensional over the other. And we will put that there. Super, super sweet. And so I don't have, I do have a, what color was it? Soft sea foam in color ribbon, which I find a little, it kind of is a slightly tone different than the mint macaron, but it doesn't quite work on this card. So for the ribbon, I'm just going to use the Whisper White crinkled seam binding ribbon. I mean, if you wanted to, you could go ahead and color it with your blends. This is totally colorable with your blends. I can, I've done it many times before, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna stick with the whites. Now this ribbon is also staying within the new catalog, so I'm very excited about that. And I'll just trim that a little bit. And I'll trim that. And again, I'm going to pop this up on a mini glue dot. So I like to just fold it in half pretty much for all of the bows that I make, unless it's like super thick wide ribbon. Then I'll just, you know what, I almost think that I need a color there. It doesn't look good with the white, does it? Should I color it? Is it worth coloring? I guess that's the question. I guess I could. We're already here. We're already live, so I guess it doesn't hurt to try to color it. And if you haven't done this before, it's actually really simple. You can, I just use my brush tip, have it on a scrap piece of paper, and literally you just have to go over it and it will instantly change the color of your ribbon. And you can do this with almost any white ribbon. It will just change the color. So that should be enough. And I only color on one side because it really seeps through. And these are our new Stampin' blends, so they're nice and juicy. So we'll just leave that like that. Now, normally I will also use a tissue or a paper towel. So I have my tissue by me, and I will just sort of fold it over the ribbon and just run it through really gently. That sometimes helps it dry better and takes off the excess ink. So I'm just going to make sure that I won't seep through. No, actually it's pretty dry already. So I'm going to just make a bow and see how it looks. Now it will stiffen the ribbon a little bit. You might see this as I try to make this bow, but you still have that nice crinkled texture. Oh my goodness. Let me straighten this out a little bit. There we go. There we go. And then hopefully this looks a little bit better, because I do think it needs a bit of color on there for the ribbon. So I'm going to just take this off gently and try and see what it looks like with this bow here. Not bad. I like it better. It's not my favorite, but I'm going to just leave it as is. It does look better than the white, I think, doesn't it? I do have to trim it down, but there is the Daffodil Delight, and I'll show you guys again what it looks like with the white. What do you guys like better? I think it needs to be colored. I think I'm gonna go with the color. So I am going to pop it up on, yeah, Rebecca says much better. So yeah, I think it's much better with the color. It just needs that pop of color. All right, so I'm going to add some rhinestones here as well. It needs the little extra step of the embellishment. So I'll go add that as well. Yeah, you guys all seem to like the colored better. Yeah, I agree. All right, so that is, I think I might actually just trim that a little bit more. There we go. Not the best bow I've ever made, but you know, we'll just leave it at that. Yes, Donna, it's a softer. It is softer. So that is the Daffodil Delight. I actually really like that. It is super cute. What do you guys think of that? And so I do have some additional samples to show you. So thank you guys for those hearts. I love seeing those. So here is our gorgeous grape, and I actually have a couple more samples. So I also did one in Blushing Bride. How super sweet is that? This is with Blushing Bride, and for the ribbon and the scalloped, I actually brought in some of that new soft seafoam ink, and cardstock and the ribbon. This is one of our new ink colors. And I actually colored this because we don't have Blushing Bride blends, and I don't have the Soft Sea Foam blends yet, because my pre-order, the box ripped open and I was missing a couple items because they fell out. So I actually used the blender pen to color these in, and you can see that it just offers a different texture when you use that. But I totally love this Blushing Bride one with the Soft Sea Foam. It's just so pretty. And then I also did another in color one with the Pale Papaya. And again, I used a little bit of mint macaron for the leaves there. So, and we've got that gorgeous in color, Pale Papaya in color ribbon as well. So how cute is this little note card set? I mean, this would be actually a really, really nice gift set to make for a friend, or just, you know, someone that needs a little pick-me-up. They're just so sweet. I just love these so much. And so all of these little pattern paper are from that hand pen DSP. So I think I'm going to complete the rest of this set with these two other colors as well. So we've got some garden greens in there as well. So you know, possibilities are endless, and I just love these little note cards. They're so cute. All right, thanks, Rebecca. Pat, you're so funny. All right, so I am going to just switch this view here. Hello, so thank you guys so much for watching tonight. I appreciate that all of you take some time out of your Tuesday evenings to join me. I am live every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. and I just love creating with you guys every week. It's so fun. So the new catalog does come out to customers on May 4th. I'm very excited. If you don't already have a demonstrator and you would like your own catalog, please let me know by either commenting on this video, or you can send me a message and I'll send you my form that I'll get you to fill out, and I will get a catalog to you, because I know, like, when I'm looking through catalogs and I'm creating, I like to have it in my hand. So I want to get it into your hand too. So don't forget, this set is featured in my May Card Club, so you can go to that link in the description of this video and check it out if you're in Canada. I would love to have you join us. Card Club is one of my favorite things in my business, and I just love creating every month for my subscribers. All right, so if you are watching this replay, please let me know. You can comment with the hashtag replay. Don't forget, if you share this video, you get a chance to win 2 of the cards that we made tonight. So I always appreciate you guys sharing, and if you're rewatching on YouTube, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I do have some more videos planned and coming for my YouTube channel, so you want to head over there and subscribe. All right, I'm going to end it there. Thank you guys so much. Thanks, Nancy and Pat. Yes, Pat, it is so versatile. And I didn't even use the punch yet, so in my card club we'll be using this for sure. All right, so I'm going to send it there. Have a great Tuesday night and rest of your week, and I will see you back next Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern. Okay, bye.